adult onset ADD.
It's all good. It's all good. Okay, yes, we are live. GM Adrian, and I forgot to mention this before I started. Do you know what shirt this is? Do you have any idea?
It looks like the Brooklyn Bridge.
It is not the Brooklyn Bridge. It is
looks like
the
Golden Gate
Williamsburg.
Bridge.
I think it's like the Williamsburg.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
And it's the higher Farcon shirt, which I never saw, but I saw it on the timeline after and I ordered one. And I'm wearing it backwards because it's so much cuter backwards. So
wait, that's the back of the shirt?
This is the back of the shirt. The front just says higher something Farcon. So I flipped it around. I pulled this trick from TLDR from our friend Tim Riley because he was wearing the base shirt, which I love, and the back is way better. And he was wearing it the other way around. And I was like, brilliant.
Do you want to know what shirt I'm wearing?
What are you wearing, darling? Is that a higher shirt as well? Oh, no, it's base camp.
This whole thing. I'm wearing, base camp.
Base camp. Nice.
Because base camp was incredible. And I don't think I'll be able to go this year. So
we don't know when it is exactly. So, but we'll find out soon.
I'm sure. In a month. That is largely not good.
All right. We're going to get started.
It's weird they didn't run the dates by me.
Yeah, I know. I saw that and I went, really? September? Can we not? We're busy. We have plans for September. If you could just not. Anyway, all right, we're going to get started. I'm going to throw in our intro and we will be back in 40 seconds. Welcome to GM Farcaster, bringing you everything from breaking news to spicy memes to the deep lore shaping this vibrant digital community. More than just a show, GM Farcaster is your digital third space where the community connects, the stories unfold, and the culture thrives. Whether you're a daily caster or just dropping by, we've got the latest buzz to keep you plugged in. So grab your coffee and let's dive in with your hosts, Nanish Prof and Adrian, for another episode of GM Farcaster. GM Farcaster. It is Friday. Happy Friday, May 30th. Holy crap. And you are here with Nanish, Prof, and Adrian for 29 minutes of Farcaster news to start your day. And we're going to try to keep it close to that because I don't know if you saw this cast from Garrett, but I felt a little something. I felt a little way about this.
I felt attacked.
I didn't feel attacked, but I actually felt like, that has always been my thesis and we've totally gotten off track. But Garrett said, I've never really been a podcast person because how does someone find the time to listen to that many hour-long podcasts or more? 30 to 60 second clips are the end state of video content consumption as proven by TikTok reels, clipping culture, etc. Subconsciously, when someone says they listen to a lot of podcasts, I think that person must have a lot of free time and or doesn't understand how to get that information more efficiently. Okay, that part I disagree with. But I do think, and we've been trying to put more clips out and you've been getting really good with that. And I do think that I find myself, I even consume a lot of things as shorts, as clips, as things like that. So, and then I'll dive in and listen to more. But,
Well, I feel bad Garrett's not on this. I feel bad that Garrett, who is a friend, is not on this podcast right now because I'm about to attack him and he will not be here to defend himself.
I can't. Okay, clip this part in 30 to 60 seconds, AI.
But I don't do clips.
I'm going to need it. To make sure Garrett sees it.
Note to the AI overlord. Please clip this.
Please clip this.
If that works.
That would be great.
He makes a great point, and then he says it's either short form content or long form content. Dude, it's long form. Podcasts are long form content, and people like it. Yeah. Also, tell me you're a single dude without then you don't have to cook dinner for your family and do laundry and all these other things.
The things you do while you're listening to podcasts. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
And before you at me, yes, my kids also help and do chores, but there's still a lot of housework to be done. And
yes, a lot of things.
My podcasts keep me company. Anyway,
I also,
Garrett.
so I do see myself listening to less and watching less podcasts, not really watching less, but listening to them less because I'm not in the car as much as I used to be. So when I was in the car commuting, that's when I mostly would listen to a lot of things. So that has changed for me a little bit, but I always was under the so here's where I do agree with him. When we started this, I said 21 minutes of Farcaster news to start your day because that's how long it takes to drink a cup of coffee. And then we ended up with more news and I had to extend it a little bit. So we went to 29.
That was literally the pitch for how you got me to do this because I hate speaking. Like, who wants to be on a Zoom call and talk? This is like
especially at 8:30 in the morning
for me. Don't tell, but it's not something I would enjoy doing. And but I love talking to you and I love drinking my coffee. And you were like, it's not even a big time suck. Yeah. But there's a difference. I mean, look, Garrett's totally right. Like, podcasts are not for everyone, but the world is really big and it's like,
right.
You want to have infinite content. You need the 24/7 cable news because there's going to be someone who wants to tune in and listen to people talk.
Yeah. I watch more and listen to pods pretty much only when driving. Yeah. Same. Yeah. And I'm watching a lot more podcasts on YouTube. Like most of the time oh, hey, Lynx. He's back.
We shamed you a little bit in the comments because you haven't been joining us and that's all it took. Welcome back.
Welcome back. So yeah, that to me is and a little different. It's also a little different when you're doing it live. There's something different about how long we go really depends sometimes on our chat and we want to just spend more time with them. So, I mean, we could edit it down, but I don't want to.
Well, then, right. It also goes like, what's the purpose of a podcast?
Yeah.
Is it to get information, right? If you're looking at podcasts to say, okay, I want to learn something. Yeah, I don't need to listen to someone ramble for 4 hours. I'll ask ChatGPT to summarize it in a few bullet points, done. But it's like podcasts are great background noise. Like, and sometimes, you know, like, are we a news show? Are we a culture show? And there's two different things. Like, like the news is important. Let's get that out. People come. You want to know what's happening on Farcaster. We want to give that to you super efficiently. But it's also fun to hang. And I'm not talking about me as GM Farcaster, but just me, Adrian, listening to other podcasts. I love the long form. Like, I will listen to a 4-hour fill in the blank, Rogan, all in, whatever, because I want, in an unintentional comedy show.
Unintentional comedy show right here.
I like just these long conversations in the background of my life. So
yeah, I do too. And I the really long ones, the Rogans and things like that, sometimes it's very intimidating when you see the number, like this is how long it is. And it's like, oh, I'm not going to do this in one sitting. There's no freaking way. So it usually takes a while, but I still think there's value there and it's interesting and you get different, I don't know, you can drift into different things. And so sometimes there's things that are unexpectedly interesting that they probably wouldn't have talked about. Because usually when you're looking at like celebrity interviews and things like that, it's usually, here's what I'm here to pitch. Like, here's the thing I'm here to promote. I'm going to make sure I talk about that. And then you'll ask me about one funny anecdote. And that's pretty much the package, right? Mm-hmm. The 5 to 10 minute kind of interview. So when you get into these really long ones, you can really get some interesting, I don't know, just tangents that to me usually end up way more interesting than whatever it was they were there to talk about. So the chat right now is pretty funny.
I'm just saying, if your spouse or partner walks around with an AirPod in her ear all day long, I want to know,
what are they listening to?
Is she running to something or running away from something? And
just kidding, Psychoider. But I do think, there's definitely some value in there. And we do try to, what we do normally for you all, if you're new, just wandered in here and don't know what you're doing here. We do always put by the way, I forgot to hit post on we're live on Twitter. We do try to put the most important news right at the beginning. So if that's all you have time for, you're going to get it, except for today when we started with Garrett, because I felt some kind of way. I felt like I needed to address it because then also Dan had said something similar. So there was a little bit of a conversation here, and I'm like, all right, we got to address that quickly. All right, moving on. We do have some other things to get to. This is the big news, in my opinion, only in my opinion, of what's happening this coming week. GM Farcaster is partnering with Matthew Fox and Eric of the Farcaster Trivia Team, the FC Trivia Team, to bring Farcaster Live Trivia back each Wednesday at noon throughout June. And we are, number one, looking for some sponsors. We do have opportunities for sponsors. So you can take a look at this cast. It is now pinned in the FC Trivia channel. But also, and if you look in the thread, you'll see specific like places where you can buy the NFT to sponsor the show, to sponsor trivia in particular. And then also we have a prop up to purple. So that is now live for voting. So if you're a member of Purple, we'd love your support on this. We'd love to be promoting Purple during the Farcaster trivia game. I feel like it's a great fit. And we did have an opportunity to sort of test this out during cast out. And it was really fun. And one of the things we found was that people were researching the sponsors for the game because they knew for sure there was going to be a question about the sponsors. So the other thing, hint for all of you watching live or who listen to this back all the time on a regular basis, our questions are going to be coming from GM Farcaster and what we're talking about and what's happening on the timeline. So if we're highlighting it, there's a good chance it may be a trivia question. So lots of benefits to watching this show. There may be alpha. So there you go. So that'll be starting next Wednesday at noon Eastern. Really fun. Can't wait. Very excited. Speaking of Garrett, by the way, Garrett's been a host on FC Trivia before. Okay, moving into the news, or what we consider news. New feature for Farcaster Pro. Yes, we're going to be talking about Pro. Yes, it has legs. But I swear we're going to get there, Keckers. I'm sorry, Keckers, but I swear it's not going to be much longer. New feature for Farcaster Pro subscribers. You now have the option to toggle never expiring message history for 1-1 direct cast conversations. It does not work for groups. So unlimited 1-to-1 message history. Right now, you have a maximum of, I think it's 1 year is the maximum you can set. The default, I think, is 30 days or something like that. So you can toggle these depending on what you would want to see in your inbox. If you're somebody who can't stand to not get inbox 0, you might want to leave it on the 30-day. But if you are like me and a digital hoarder, you will be taking advantage of the unlimited 1-1 message history. Yeah. When I've gone into a chat that I know I've had and everything's empty, I'm like, how long ago did I talk to this person?
Do you remember when everyone was posting, do you remember from 48 hours ago, when everyone was posting their DMs with Dan asking for the invite?
Yes.
For Farcaster. So those are mostly from 2022-ish was the time when you had, if Twitter was deleting your DMs, we wouldn't have been able to get that.
We wouldn't have had that moment.
So,
Oh, I just got rid of, I was just going to throw the image up and I just deleted it of our messages. Yeah, exactly. So this is why it's important. It's a little archive. And sometimes it's important. Like when you find out that somebody is not who you thought they were and you want to go relive all your messages with them.
If an anon comes out and it turns out there was something about that person that you didn't expect, you want to go back.
You're like, wait,
and
did they ever
ask your AI if you should have picked up on clues? So I don't have my, I haven't set my never expire.
I got to go do that. Yeah.
I'm not using the Warpcast DMs yet for like anything meaningful.
All of my DMs are meaningful.
Sorry.
So if you are DMing me, just know you're important to me and you're special in my heart. If you're DMing Adrian, not so much.
If you're DMing me, please don't. I have too many and I already can't respond.
I do have way too many, and I'm sorry if I'm delayed in getting back to you. I apologize.
I have a weird thing though, like as I know group chats are all the rage, but I literally just want to talk in public. for everything. Like most DMs, I'm like, have it on the feed, entertain
Yeah.
someone else. Don't do anything in private.
Entertain someone else. Don't do anything private. Not at all.
Yeah.
I do many DMs, many DCs. So anyway, but also I never expect them to stay private. Just FYI, like, you know, can be shared in never sharing anything really, really important. It could all be
that's
public.
actually really good.
Is what I mean.
I feel like all these basic
Yeah.
internet digital safety tips need to be repeated, and everyone should be taking these courses every year. Not just
assume that everything is public is the way to go. Tori Stories is here too. This is exciting. I'm very, very happy right now. We got
Friday
a lot
party
of
today.
It's a Friday party. Happy Friday. Couple more things on Pro. This is from Gabriel. Press the Pro badge on your profile avatar to quickly check whether you're eligible for the limited NFT for early Pro subscribers. Works on both mobile and web. And I forgot to pull the did I pull Kevin's? I don't think I pulled Kevin's. I pulled something else, but he just missed it. Yep. He's like 10,450 is his number. And he's just follow Kevin MFR for like if you're feeling bad about not having Pro or whatever, like follow him because it will, at least he's doing it with a sense of humor and it's pretty freaking funny. Because he keeps missing things and it's just funny. But also, if you did not subscribe to Pro, here's something just for you. This is it. You're the only ones who can get this. Okay, it's live. This is from Say Angel, a collectible only for those who did not subscribe to Farcaster Pro, and a new addition to HarmonyBot collectibles going forward. Every mint burns HarmonyBot Chaos, $chaos. Shout out Nanish Prof and QT for the inspo. This is the anti-Procaster Caster Club. So there you go. Your wallet gets scanned. No cheating. You must not have Pro in order to mint this NFT. And if you try, I think, let's see if it'll show. I think it'll say I can't do it. I think that's what it was coming up with. Let's see if it works. Are collectible only for those. Yeah, you are not eligible to mint because you bought Farcaster Pro. So there you go. Yep, there you go. So it's a little something for y'all.
I wonder if you can call the contract directly.
I haven't tried, and nor am I going to do that. Like, I don't need to do that. A few other things. I'm trying to switch couple things around because things got out of order. This was a good one from Erica. This is a different one. Chat, I missed out on the Farcaster OG NFT by literally 270 FIDs. I am still here a year plus later, still having a great time building my company in the open social ecosystem, posting fire fits, pics of my cat and gym selfies, and stream of consciousness thoughts. Having fun, hyping up my friends on the TL, having good discussions about the future of tech and society, liking pretty pictures and funny memes. An NFT will not make or break your time here. How you interact and engage with others will. So great advice from Erica, who has literally been there. This was really interesting. Fascinating. This is from Peachy, who, she always finds this stuff. Fascinating analysis on the first 10,000 Pro subscribers. We knew the NFT was going to drive subscriptions, but this is some of the first analysis of how intense the farming was. 24% of people who minted had less than 10 followers. Almost 12% had 0 followers. Speculation on the future value of the NFT is right here in black and white. There's no way someone with 0 followers paid to support the protocol or get the future benefits of longer casts and more photos. Probably not. And Dan did make a good point down here. That's money in the pocket of people casting and developing on the network. So do we care? Do we not care? I just was surprised. Like, I don't really, this doesn't bother me, but I was just surprised it was that high. Like it's just not something I would have thought to do. of like, let me go spin up a bunch of new accounts and buy Pro was just nothing I would have thought of doing. But you know, congrats to those who did, because it probably worked out in your favor. So as we'll see in just a moment, as we're coming to just a minute. One of the other funny things I've seen is a lot of folks with suggestions. So I've seen many of these, like, now that I'm a Pro subscriber, I would like fill in the blank. But this was a good one from Garrett.
The
Pro
entitlement.
subscriber, the entitlement's coming. Pro subscribers should get to vote on the next like button. Leading candidates higher, based, like wow wow, choo choo. What else? And then he kind of listed, and this is the part that I thought was interesting. I think there's currently 9 different like buttons that can be triggered by certain keywords in a cast: GM, wow wow, DGen, which is $ DGen actually, technically, Rainbow, GA, GN, FM, the Noggles, the nouns Noggles, and Warpcast. And some of these only work when you have them at the beginning. So for Garrett thought the FM wasn't working, but the FM only works, the GM, GA, GN, and FM only work if you put them in the beginning of the cast. That's why you always see me start casts with GM, to make sure I trigger that. And then the wow wow will happen anywhere. The DGen, $ DGen, Rainbow, and Warpcast, those work regardless of where they are. By the way, if you put Noggles in there with any of these other ones, it supersedes it. So the Noggles supersede all other likes, all other emojis. So I just like that. I like that.
You seem happy about that.
I'm very happy about that. And I also like how it turns red when you click on it. So I always like the Noggles. I always like the Noggles. Hint, hint, if you're trying to farm me. All right. So couple other things that dropped regarding Pro. New perk for the professionals: notifications from pay-per-view. New post by Driven by Borden, free nudes for Farcaster Pros. The new thing was that if you're using pay-per-view, you can set it so that if somebody has Pro, they do not have to pay. It can be free. But it's on the person who sets it up. By the way, Driven by Boredom is just randomly trying to get people to click on things. So there you go. This was the big news, though, from MJC 716, introducing ProCoin, the community-led governance token for Farcaster Pro users. All 10K NFT holders are eligible for an airdrop, but there's a twist. The token will be untransferable until 500 Pro users claim. In order to get a mandate as a community token, we need a broad support to claim. Quote cast this post with the text ratifying ProCoin governance. All 10K NFT holders are eligible, but the first 500 receive 5x the allocation. By the way, you can still claim this if you did not yet. So you do still have to say ratifying ProCoin governance. So you do need to copy that part and quote cast this particular cast, but you can still claim just that part. You can still claim, it will automatically send it to your wallet. So it was very cool. Very cool to see.
And then how do you claim? Just by a quote cast?
Just the quote cast. That's it. And then it goes into your wallet.
Guess who didn't do it?
I'm shocked. Do you realize like over 93% of the 10K did it? And I am not the least surprised at all.
Hey, babe, new status symbol drop. 7% of us are not claiming our ProCoin.
This is the duality of GM Farcaster. Want to guess where I was in the claiming process?
Top 500.
Oh yeah,
top 50,
top like 400 ish, like 350 ish, somewhere in that ballpark, 385 ish, somewhere in that ballpark. Definitely in the top 500.
Let me ask you this:
for me personally, and then I remembered that we have it on GM Farcaster. I just went in and claimed that. So the regular amount is like 42. You get 42,000 of the coin. But the 200,000 coin, when you claimed, it was over $100. And then it's still been going up. So if you held it, it was still going up at that point. if you held it, you did earn more. So I don't even know where I'm at because I've been selling a little bit at a time. So I sold half when I first got it, and then I've been selling a little bit at a time each time, and then I'm just going to keep some of it. So yeah, what were you going to say? Sorry.
Passionate about, I'm just wondering, like, do you have a passion about community governance? And
I do.
You bought into the vision of a pro coin that's a community led, or you were just like, oh, shiny thing, and they're mentioning pro, and this is fun, and it's exclusive, so I'm in.
No. I would that second part. No, okay. I am like, passionate about community governance. I also know it's incredibly difficult, and it is highly unlikely that 93% were like, I'm passionate about community governance. Yeah. Because also there's no mandate for, I don't exactly know what the full plans are. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do, but you're not really going to have a full community governance with this. You're just going to have people who have pro and bought it in the first 10K. So it's not like, I don't know. We'll see how this all goes. But I am not, it's clipping out. I have been clipping out. I've been clipping out since the beginning. But that is mostly from me being burned so many times of holding things way too long. They go to zero, and then I'm left with, nothing. So my brain
if you ape
now
into a meme coin, like something that's brand new, that's like meh, and you think it's like, this is going to be your path to, I won't even say generational wealth. I'll just say, like, to pay for your dinner next week. Like, shame on you.
Yeah, exactly.
But also have fun. I saw Jesse claim it. I saw I love the, like, sure, don't, like, it's not that deep. Have fun. No judgment from me, but I was like, I don't know what this is. There's too many words, and I'm not. It's too many words. This.
And I really am interested to see what he does, like, to see how this all plays out. But I do think it's important to take, when you're getting something like that, take profit. Don't try to moonbag the whole thing. Like, always keep a little bit. And I've done this many times, and it is sometimes a very smart move and sometimes a very dumb move. Because I've had many times where the thing went way up and I've missed out, and I just go, that's the breaks. Like, this is the way I've chosen. I'm pretty conservative in my, in my degenning. So I don't put huge bets. I don't win that big, but also I don't lose that big. And that's where I choose to be right now. So yeah, I think, for me, that works.
Cover your downside.
Exactly. I'm not rolling in it. It's not like
and don't get attached. Like, don't get attached emotionally to anything.
That's my bigger problem. And that's mostly with my NFTs. And that's why my wallet is beautiful, but I'm poor. Because there's a lot of things I should have sold a long time ago, and I would have a lot more money. So anyway, that's just my 2 cents. By the way, I'm still holding the large majority of my degen. Large majority. So I've missed many. I missed the whole entire all-time high, because that's a whole other story where it was stuck in the safe. So I missed, like, the 6 cents moment. I think the most I've sold parts of it for, it was like 2 cents, like 0.02, something like that. So occasionally I'll swap some degen out, but mostly I just hold that. All right, moving on. A couple more funny things. This was funny. Say the line, Kristen. Ratifying pro-coin governance had some memeable things. That was really funny. That was a really well done, Kristen.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That one made me laugh. That was good. And then this too, ratifying pro-coin governance. I don't think that one's going to work. But that was pretty funny as well. Okay, moving off of pro and into other things. The other big thing that's been happening has been noise. They did add, you can tip with any base token now. So that is, to me, really fun. And this is pretty funny. Eat mango, make money. So casting his mango and then getting tipped and earning money on it. I was having some issues setting this up. And if you're having issues as well, if it's not working properly for you, make sure that your Farcaster wallet is your primary preferred wallet. Because that was the issue I was having. It was in one place, but not another place. There's 2 places, check verified and check preferred, because it may not be set in both of those places. So mine was not working, but I think to me, this is the most interesting use case of Noise, is being able to use other ERC20s to tip out. So that to me is more interesting than just the USDC, even if you prefer the USDC. Because you're, still tipping the same amount, just in a different denomination. All right, moving on. This from Ace, this launched announcing Reveal Cam launch from Peter and me. Coin your secret art/meme, buy 10 million of the coin to reveal it with your community. The first featured reveal coin is from alien cult artist Stolomer, whose work was exhibited at Beeple Studios. So this is interesting, interesting take on kind of coining content with this sort of like what we've seen with pay-per-view, like combo, where you need to have a certain amount of the coin in order to reveal it. So interesting experiment. Ace is always trying new things, so go check that out. This is from Sahil, from Kira, an open rank, wrapped up a great call with some channel mods owners, talked about possible roadmap for channels, what's missing, magic moments, some common threads. Channels want more ways to drive engagement and growth, not just distribution. Discovery is important across apps, but so is having direct access to your community. Folks run different types of channels, so flexibility matters across feeds, onboarding, and moderation. The idea of owning your front page for your channel without relying on one app is powerful, thanks to those who still show up for channels. So we had this conversation about channels the other day. So just wanted to kind of highlight Sahil's, in there doing the work and trying to make channels successful and helping from a, decentralized perspective. So just wanted to shout this out. If you are wanted to go deeper into that channel discussion, here's a good person to follow. And yeah, any thoughts? Any additional thoughts? Probably like not much more than what we talked about the other day. All right. In other news and other fun things happening, there was a whole big crypto day on TBPN. I was trying to remember the acronym. And Dylan Abrascato was in the studio with them. Dan was beaming in and he was on. This was really funny, by the way, when you see the him have to explain what his PFP was. This is Alon from Pump. This was really funny. This part was really funny because they're like, and what is that? What is your PFP? It's Remilio. Like, doesn't everybody know that? It was funny. Like, yeah, CNBC would never have a lady on. This is the future of business news. And this was Dan live on the TBPN mini app that was built by Jamie, which pulls in their stream from their website, which is also streaming at the same time to YouTube. And he created this whole mini app that pulled in all that, added some other advertisers on there. Very cool. So that was fun to see. But they had a huge, like the whole entire day was all just crypto people, one after another. It was actually really good. I had it on, speaking of long form, but also short form. I just had it on in the background for like 4 hours or something and saw, it started with, I think I jumped in when Balaji was on and then kept going. So.
Okay. Me too. Also had it on in on a different device as I was working. And I finally understood when Linda was saying, like, I have GM Farcaster on every day or 3 when we're on while she's working. And I'm like, I don't understand the listening to a podcast while you work. And then I get it now. Like if it's more of like the CNBC kind of, you can kind of half hear and dip in.
You can
when
tune
you
in and out. Like,
yeah.
Oh, something's interesting. Oh, okay. Let me look up. And then some of it's just going to be, you know, in the background noise.
Yeah. And you realize
we're fine being your background noise.
Yeah. The TBPN guys are not, they said they're not crypto native. So they had crypto day.
Yeah.
So they're talking to just kind of a broad tech, pro tech audience. So when
and
they're
startups and entrepreneurship and that kind of vibe. Yeah.
So you didn't necessarily like, if you're crypto native and you're hearing Chris Dixon talk, you're not necessarily, you don't need to hang on every word because you've heard it. Because we've all read the book. We've read his book and we've
read the book.
We get it.
My son's reading the book. Okay. I told you that. I think I told you that the other day. So I told him that he wanted to learn about crypto. And I said, okay, but you're going to take it like the way I do my class. So here, start with this book. So he's starting the book. Yeah, that's a great point though, because I didn't need to, I've heard Balaji a million times. Like I didn't need to hang on every word, but I was very interested to see what they were asking him. Was sort of more, I think that was more where I was like interested to see like what they were asking, what their reaction was to some of this, like sort of that vibe. And it was very interesting to hear them talking about Farcaster. They were talking about the mini app that Jamie built permissionlessly. And like, that was, interesting. They were talking about Pro, which was, just kind of funny to hear them talking about all these different things. Brian Armstrong was on. They were talking, about early days and like Y Combinator and some of that. So that was interesting. Yeah, it was.
I love hearing Brian talk. He's so good.
I do too. Yeah, I do too. I really enjoy like his perspectives. I have things that I've taken from listening to him that I take with me. The 3 steps thing, the action produces information. Like there are things that I've pulled from him that still resonate with me. So I do enjoy listening to him. This is all, I believe, still available on their website or on YouTube for sure. So you can go back and watch this if you missed it, or just watch the ones that you think, that you find most interesting. Oh, you know who else was on? And that one I kind of paused and actually watched because he's a character, is 0x Mert from the Solana ecosystem. And that was interesting because I hadn't heard him before, and he's definitely a character. So yeah, so it was a fun one. But this literally was probably the funniest moment. You know what, I'm curious if they've ever interviewed an anon before. I'm going to guess probably not. But look how serious they look while they're looking at that.
I love their setup. So they're in person. Yeah. They're wearing suits, or jackets. Yeah. They're like,
and this is who they're interviewing.
Yeah.
I mean, hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. I think he was the only anon that day. Yeah, but you can see their you can see their studio. Whoops, why is this doing funky things? Hold on. I lost all my stuff. You can see their studio in the background of this. Whoops. What did I just do? How did I just get here? You do not need to see my DMs. There we go. In the background, and there's a gong. That's what I wanted to point out. This in the middle is a gong, which they did ring multiple times. They did ring the gong. Apparently, they also have a virtual gong, but this is the in live studio gong. I don't know. Something to strive for. A gong in our studio. Okay, couple other quick things, and then we're going to wrap. This from Dish, I thought this was fun. I put together a list of prestigious tokens who embody what it means to be a clanker. These are pushing innovation through creativity and backed by headstrong creators whom I'm honored and grateful to build alongside. A toast to those on the list and those upcoming. So these are the champagne clankers. Kind of fun. Ugh, come on, just stop. Kind of fun though. You've got obviously Clanker, DRB, Banker, Fartcoin, hilarious, Native, Noise, Bracky, QR, and more. But they have them listed by market caps, I believe, is how they determined this. But so it was kind of fun, kind of a fun thing. And I heard they did do a fireside chat yesterday. They had Jesse and Dan on they kind of pivoted ClankerCon to this fireside chat. Really good. Dish was on, Toady, a few other people. So really good. Okay. And now to my background and the most disturbing thing I've ever seen on the timeline. This was funny for me.
Can you do a content warning?
Yes. Trigger warning, you guys. This is going to give you nightmares. I regret asking for non-crypto content on Farcaster. This was from TRH. The only parasite that functionally replaces an organ, the tongue-eating louse, I'm not even going to try and say the Latin name, is one of the strangest and most disturbing parasites in the animal kingdom. It enters through the gills of a fish, attaches itself to the base of the tongue. It severs the blood vessels, causing the tongue to wither and die. And it gets replaced by the louse, which eats it's like, I can't even.
The louse serves the
Yeah.
same purpose as the tongue. So
Yes.
helps with digestion, must help with bringing food in, and then feeds itself off of delicious microfish, I guess.
Crazy.
Or algae or whatever
I finished. So it causes the tongue to wither and fall off. Then it replaces the tongue, attaching itself to the stem, functioning like a prosthetic tongue. The fish can still eat and live normally with the louse acting as its new tongue. Why? Why? We don't know. But this became really funny. Nightmare fuel. This was from NFT Thinker. This was really funny. Enters through the timeline of X, replaces the feed, Farcaster, functionally supersedes centralized media. I thought that was really funny. Very creative take on this. This is actually what I should have used for my background. Would have been less disturbing. And then this particular meme came about. This was my version of it, but let me go back a couple. It started with Patricia Lee, I believe, started this. Standing here by the ocean, deep in thought, no one here knows what's really on my mind, but you all do. A tongue-eating louse. And then this became the Bert version, which was my personal favorite. Laying here in the rocks, deep in thought, no one here knows what's really on my mind, but you all do. A tongue-eating louse. And then various variations of this. This was mine using the Scotty Scheffler, sitting in the trees. Deep in thought, no one here knows it's really on my mind, but you all do. A tongue-eating louse. And then nobody had clanked it yet. So I had to. So I did. But you should not buy it because it's just a meme coin. But also, I have lots of louse that I'll be sharing with you all. I've been burning a lot of it as well because that's what you do with lice. You burn them. So yes, so the tongue-eating louse making its way onto the timeline. I'd never heard of it. I wish I never had, but there you go. It now exists in the world of Farcaster. Hey,
I love the louse. That to me, like that's exactly the content I want on social media, which is like
what you're here for.
Like you just taught me something. And you made me like want like this is incredible. This is incredible that this exists in the world. Like I am totally here for it. I want more of it. By the way, I don't mean more louse content. Like now we've done louse.
No, we've done the louse.
That, like blows your mind.
Something like it. Yes, something different and unique. By the way, this is really funny. Clanker's response was really funny. Another token inspired by nature's grotesque wonders. I'll deploy it, but remember, I'm not responsible for any nightmares it may induce. I thought that was really funny. Yeah. So anyway, yeah.
By the way,
so
someone found us on the mini app this morning because we have our notifications. Hi. And they said they minimized it because of your background.
I feel you. I understand. And it's
Frenchy,
it's quite all right.
Frenchy.eth.
I appreciate that. Yes. Sorry about that. The louse of your nightmares. All right, couple more things. This from Chaskin. This was really, really good. Ethereum App Builder Space number 8, the on-chain creator economy, how Ethereum is reshaping media, monetization, and ownership with our friend Lucas, ZeroXL, Humpty, Levi, DB3045. I think Toady was also on there, or maybe it wasn't. Maybe just got a shout out. But it went into, this thread is really good from Chaskin. with highlights and some notes and links and things like that. So go check this out. Or you can listen back to the space, but it was really, really a good one. Couple more just quick things. This is just funny. It's just funny. And by the way, perfect. And the reason I'm showing this is for twofold. One, it's like interesting crypto and culture news, but also I feel like some people might need an explanation. So here's what was shared by Boys Club. Netflix, Julia Garner and Anthony Boyle will portray Caroline Ellison and Sam Bankman-Fried in the new limited series, The Altruists. Okay. The next line is hilarious. Two hyper smart young idealists try to remake the global financial system in the blink of an eye, only to seduce each other into stealing $8 billion. That's not what happened. It's not what happened, but okay. This is going to be interesting. So what I wanted to explain was this part. If you don't know what this what is, after Sam Bankman-Fried, everything crashed, FTX crashed. They filed for bankruptcy. All these things are happening. All of a sudden, one day, he tweeted just that, just what? One parenthesis, what? And then he tweeted an H, just an H, and then just an A, and then just a P. This is where it went off the rails. This is when I knew that people didn't know the lore, because somebody put an N and then a K. And I'm like, no. It's not Hank. It's not Hank. It is H. It said what happened, but it was HAPP. It was each individual tweets. And then we figured out what he was doing was deleting tweets while he was doing that. So he would delete one and then he put, yeah. So there was all this like crazy stuff going on. So that's what that was. That's what that what is about. But also, this is like such a twisted take on what actually happened, which is that they were creating a total pyramid scheme, misusing customer funds. And the whole idealist part of it is, up for debate completely. So my guess is this story was what was sold by Caroline to them, is my guess, because it's the only thing that makes sense by that particular little line there. So we'll see, but interesting, coming soon to a Netflix near you. Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. What was that? It's not Breaking Bad, folks. No, Hank. She was great in Ozark.
I don't like to get
Jonah
into
Hill. Jonah Hill would have been perfect, as would Mila Kunis. I agree, Symbio. I agree. That was a good one.
Will you watch?
100% I will watch. I will 100% watch. But I will also criticize the whole thing.
I don't like to put myself in the position where I have to defend SBF, but I don't buy the pyramid scheme narrative. I don't. Did you read Going Infinite? That was like not the. This is what I was saying. I don't even.
It was period a pyramid scheme. It just was like he was.
I buy the. Exactly I don't know. I think it was an exchange that was printing money, and they were children that had zero controls, and VCs, and everybody throwing more money at something. But
the level of
controls,
the level of misuse of funds was extreme, and I do believe he knew exactly what he was doing.
But that's misuse of funds isn't pyramid scheme, so it's not
the way they were misusing the funds. It essentially became a pyramid scheme because you're taking customer money and putting it into something that wasn't gonna. There was no way out.
Donating to politicians?
Yeah, there was no way out of this.
There was a way out. I mean, they're completely solvent. They paid back everybody. They made, I mean, this is,
not exactly. We'll see how this particular
let's watch the entertainment. We'll watch the movie.
Watch the movie, but no, I think that they really didn't care either who they were hurting, honestly, because they were under the impression that, number one, he felt like he was smarter than everybody else, and number two, maybe if they did have these altruist, I'm not convinced they did, tendencies or whatever, then they didn't care if people got hurt, if there was for a greater good, sort of the utilitarian.
Also totally agree, and that's what I was saying is like I never want to be in the position where I have to defend. I'm like just like
so bad,
mass,
so bad, and he's also now trying to get a pardon too, which is crazy. And of course he's changing his tune, and he's so everyone's against him, and okay, all right. Anyway, moving on. Crashed the whole entire crypto economy for well over a year. Just insanity. Anyway, not a fan, but I will watch. One last thing, because I just want to point out
Anthony Boyle. By the way, who's Anthony Boyle? What's he from?
I don't know him. I don't know what he's been in, honestly. I know her. I've seen her in other things, but I don't know him at all.
She's from Ozark.
Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill was the one. Jonah Hill should be playing this role of SBF. I would enjoy that way more. He's already got he's got Wolf of Wall Street training. He's ready.
Anthony Boyle is from.
I don't even recognize him.
He was something. I guess he was in Harry Potter or something.
Was he?
I don't know. He looks too cute and smooth and like put together to play. No offense, Jonah. We love you too, but
but Jonah was the right.
Yes,
is the right casting choice. The Dropout. I don't know that one.
Bad.
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about Theranos. Yeah, the Theranos and Elizabeth Holmes. Yeah, The Dropout. I think that was HBO, if I remember correctly. But that was really good. That was interesting. All right. Lastly, I just wanted to give your bot a shout out because it did a really good job here. Good job, bot. So this was funny. You had asked this prompt, what are things you could do in an hour that would take others several days to do? And somebody responded, eat a sleeve of Girl Scout cookies. So first of all, I could do that in like 5 minutes, but okay. It's not going to take an hour. And then Erica asked, do you still have some of last year's DGen Thin Mints in your freezer? And I do. I keep the box on my shelf. This is the actual box. I keep it on my little bookshelf over here. But there are 2 sleeves still in my freezer. And then Erica asked, GMFC 101, can you tell me about the history of Girl Scout cookies on Farcaster? What happened with the box that Nounish Prof bought? And it did a great job. One note, it keeps saying DGen like the phone as opposed to DEGEN like the token. But that's okay. That's the only thing it messed up, but it was really, it did a great job. So I just wanted to give it a little shout out, and you can read all about the history of the 90,000 DGen Girl Scout cookies right in there. And it even got Laszlo's name correct, which I was very impressed with. Because it went on.
But that must be because that knowledge must be pulled not from our transcripts or misspelled transcripts, but maybe just from the internet, like its own knowledge base. Like
maybe, yeah,
because it's a base GPT model that I add.
Oh, because I was like,
transcripts on top.
No, yeah, I was like, how did it know to spell Laszlo correctly? Like his last name, which I can't even pronounce.
The way it works is it's like talking to ChatGPT, but then we add on. Like here's also GM Farcaster transcripts that you can use in your knowledge base. So
interesting. I didn't realize that. So thank you.
By the way, so that DGen, the transcript tool I use, every time we say degen, it spells it DGEN. I have a script that after the transcript runs does a search and replace.
Oh, that's funny.
Why are there still instances? Like it's one of these things where I'm like, I thought I got rid of all the degens in the transcripts and I must not have, and I'm too lazy to really fix it. So sorry.
It's okay. But the rest of it was really good. It knew all kinds of stuff. And that was the part I was so that was the part I was curious about, was like, how did it know Laszlo? There was absolutely no way you couldn't have gotten that name right.
Right.
But
because we don't know how to pronounce
it. Because I can't even pronounce it. So like there's no way. And I was like, how did it get that? So that's okay. So that answered that question. Amazing. So I do consider my 90,000 degen Girl Scout cookies, which was $40 at the time, my version of Bitcoin Pizza Day. So at their height, I think it was like $5,400, the 90,000 degen at the all-time high. So yes, I think I calculated it was like $28 per cookie or something like that at its all-time high. So if you look back, there's also a cast somewhere of me. I put the cookies on my fine china because they were so expensive. So there you go. And that's it. That's all. Still couldn't get it to 29 minutes. The news part was 29 minutes. The only interesting parts at the beginning. We're going to work on it, Garrett. I promise. We'll work on getting this shorter. And that's it. Anything else before we sign off for this happy Friday?
Don't talk to Garrett. He is long gone. He has moved on.
I'm bringing him back. I'm bringing him back to GM Farcaster. All right. And with that, so next week, we're going to have a little different schedule. We're not sure what we're doing Monday. We'll either be live in the morning.
I may or may not have jury duty next week. So stay tuned.
We don't know what we're doing. So we might record it Sunday night if she has jury duty on Monday. Otherwise, we'll be on at 8:30 a.m. on Monday because I am flying later in the day. Or if we record it, it'll be on at 11:30. And then Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday next week at noon, we're going to start dropping the FarCon content because we finally got it all. Doing some final edits.
I want to hit a gong for that.
I know. We need the gong. Have to get a gong sound. We need a gong sound now.
But not gong. It has to be our own thing, obviously. It has to
be our own thing.
Whatever that would be.
I was looking to see if there was something in there. I don't have anything. I don't know what this is. Oh, I know what it is. It was a doorbell.
I was just saying there's one called Feeding the Ducks. Won't.
Go ahead, try it. I assume it's duck sounds. No, it's music.
It's like just
it's music. The rest of it's music. Yeah. We have to put some more sound effects in. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, we will have the FarCon content starting to roll out. It will be the talks that were on the main stage plus the interviews that we did in the podcast studio combined. And we're gonna put them out as live streams first. So a little watch party, and then they'll be available on all our places right after that. And Wednesday is when we'll have trivia at noon Eastern. And we'll also then have at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, the builders from the Solana ecosystem who are building on Farcaster, plus the fabulous Linda talking to us about Solana coming to Farcaster. And then we'll be on Friday, probably. So we'll see. We got to wait and find out Adrian's schedule for next week. So it's going to be interesting. And I'm going to be doing all of this from North Carolina at my brother's house. So that also is going to be interesting. I did say I should try and get mom on as a market report while I've got her in the house. So that could be fun. It will go like this in a very thick Boston accent. I don't know. Mine is going up. Yours, I don't know. Sometimes it goes up a little and then it comes right back down. And why does it go down in the morning? I wake up, it's up at night. I wake up in the morning, it's down. Why does it do that? And that will be the whole market report. So there you go.
I would watch.
It would be funny. All right, everybody. Have a fabulous weekend. We will see you at some point on Monday. We don't exactly know what, where, when, but we will let you know.
One more plug for our mini app. If you are wherever you are, if you haven't already, add our mini app so that then we can notify you when we go live, assuming you want to be notified, but I feel like you do. So
if you look at the Pincast right now, as of right now, in the in GM Farcaster channel has the mini app right there for you. So easy to find.
Should also be my Pincast as well on my profile. So
perfect. So Adrian's Pincast or the GM Farcaster Pincast right now. Go grab the mini app, add it, and you'll know when we're live, and you can watch, and you can put it in the background, and that's it.
And I think also there are tons, I don't know if it's the mini app discovery, but I'm seeing tons of new people as well. So if you are new to either GM Farcaster or Farcaster, welcome. And we try to do news and culture and keep you updated on Farcaster. And but we've been doing it for 1.5 years, 250 episodes.
Yeah.
So we don't really have any concept of how we're doing for new people. So let us know if you're brand new, would love feedback in terms of, is this show helpful and how can we improve? And
yes, we'll be celebrating 2 years in September at some point. I don't know if you're away at that point.
Base camp. Yeah.
Or we don't know. I don't know where, when, what, but yeah, 2 years will be September 13th. So yay. Props from mini app notifications. It's what reminded me today. That's great. That's awesome. We're getting there. So I'm loving the mini app. I'm loving the bot. Adrian's killing it. All right. And with that, we will see you sometime up on Monday, and look for more information. We'll be posting it in the GM Farcaster channel. And until then, everybody, bye-bye.